Hello and welcome again to another edition of Astronomy Spotlight. This is sort of the summer edition of Astronomy Spotlight. My name is Kirk Rosberg. I'm the planetarium coordinator here at the Hastings Museum. And we want to look today at the summer constellations, not all of them, but certainly the highlights of the summer sky. And I want to start off with a star pattern that is very easy to pick out by just about everybody. We're going to start in the northern part of the sky with the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper has 3 bright stars for a handle and 4 more bright stars forming a cup. That is the Big Dipper. Now, the Big Dipper is actually not an official constellation. It is part of the larger grouping of stars known as Ursa Major, the Great Bear. But I just want to focus on the Big Dipper because not everybody can find the entire Great Bear. If you take the 2 stars at the front of the Big Dipper's bowl, sometimes called the pointer stars, and draw a line out about 1 Big Dipper's length across the sky, you find the 49th brightest star as seen from Earth. One star that I think probably everybody has heard of, other than the sun, of course, and that is the North Star. The North Star official name is Polaris, and Polaris is also at the end of the handle of the Little Dipper, which also has 7 stars, but most of them are fairly faint. But there you have it. There is the North Star and the Little Dipper. Now, moving along to, let's see, I want to take you to another bright star and another constellation in one fell swoop by using the handle of the Big Dipper this time. And if you draw a line, or kind of follow the curving line that Big Dipper's handle makes, it will take you right to the bright star Arcturus. And Arcturus is in the constellation of Boötes the herdsman. And there it is right there. There is Arcturus. Now, what does that star pattern look like to you? When I ask groups this question in the planetarium, I get a number of different answers. To me, it has always looked more like a kite than anything else, but ancient peoples actually saw something that looked more like this. They saw the figure of a man who represents a herdsman or shepherd in the sky. It is said that Boötes invented agriculture, or at least invented the plow. So the plow is obviously very necessary for agriculture then and now. So Boötes is currently in the roughly overhead in the sky, but getting very high in the west. As he's making his way across the sky. Now, as we move along to our next constellation, it is actually 3 bright stars currently in the northeastern part of the sky and in the east. And we're going to start with the bright star Vega, which kind of marks the top of the triangle, so to speak. Then we go down to Deneb in Cygnus the Swan, another bright star. And the 3rd star of the summer triangle is Altair in the constellation of Aquila the Eagle. So that is the summer triangle. 2 of the 3 constellations of those, including those stars, are in the summer Milky Way. Now let me start with bright Vega. Vega is a blue-white star in the constellation of Lyra. And I'm going to turn Lyra the harp here, at least the lines, on first. There we go. It's a small, compact little constellation. And here's the artwork. Lyra represents the mythical harp of Orpheus. Orpheus was said to be able to play such beautiful music on this harp that he could tame wild beasts just by playing this harp, which of course takes a lot of talent. So when Orpheus died, he was honored by having his harp raised into the heavens, and it has been there ever since. From Vega, we go down to Deneb in the constellation of Cygnus the Swan. Now, the major bright section of Cygnus also kind of looks like the figure of a cross. You've got the long arm here, which kind of goes down from Vega, or from Deneb down to Alberio, which marks the head, and then the shorter cross section of the cross right there. But the actual constellation, of course, is Cygnus the Swan. Let me turn on the artwork here for the swan, and you can see it represents a great swan flying across the sky, wings outstretched. And he appears also to be flying along the path of the Milky Way. Now, moving along from bright Cygnus, we go to Aquila the Eagle. And Aquila looks something like two V's put together. There's Altair, the brightest star, and Aquila kind of looks like two V's sort of put together, like so. And, but let me turn on the artwork, get rid of the lines here, and turn on the art. Aquila the Eagle, there he goes, right there. And if I turn Cygnus on as well, it kind of looks like the two birds are about to fly into one another. Of course, one of the nice things about the constellations is that they are pretty well fixed where they are in the sky, so they will never get any closer than that to each other. Now let's head southward in the sky toward the southern horizon at the end of the summer Milky Way, so to speak. There are two constellations, the first of which is a star pattern which really looks a lot like what it was supposed to represent, and that is the figure of a scorpion. This is Scorpius the Scorpion. By the way, it is not Scorpio. Scorpio is the astrological sign. Scorpius is the name of the constellation. And that's another subject altogether, which we won't get into right now. But Scorpius is right now almost due south in the sky, low in the sky, toward the horizon right there. And the Scorpion is supposed to look something like this in the sky. Scorpius has one rather bright star, and that is supposed to represent the heart of the Scorpion. This is Antares. Antares literally means anti-Aries, or the rival of Mars, because it can not only be in the same area as Antares, but Mars can also rival the brightness, and it certainly is similar in color as well. So that is the beating heart of the Scorpion, Antares, a supergiant star. Right behind the figure of the Scorpion is another constellation of the zodiac, which does not look very much like what it was originally named for, and that is Sagittarius. Sagittarius represents an archer, but he is half man, half horse, holding a bow and arrow, of course, like archers tend to do. This is a centaur. And so as you can see, the arrow is sort of pointed at the Scorpion. He is trying to hit the Scorpion, and he's aiming for the heart, but it is not going to happen for Sagittarius. And this is sort of a nightly battle every night during the summer as the two rise and then set later on in the evening. Sagittarius always pursuing the Scorpion. And it just so happens that the center of our Milky Way galaxy is also located in the direction of Sagittarius. And if I turn the artwork on and, let's see, I'm going to turn just the lines on. If you look at the brightest section, the brightest stars in Sagittarius, you will see something that looks like a common everyday household item, that of a teapot. You've got the spout of the teapot here, you've got the lid right here, and then the handle is here. And of course the rest of the teapot right there. So A lot of people kind of like to imagine that the Milky Way is actually steam rising up out of the teapot. Very, very original. Very creative people. So that really some of the highlights of the summer sky, and we hope you'll come, of course, and visit the planetarium sometime soon, since we are now opening, and we are doing live Sky Tonight shows from Thursday through Sunday every day. So come and see us at the planetarium, and until then, enjoy the night sky.